Piston Cupster here, and today I'm reviewing all 6 of the NASCAR Cars crossover diecasts that are currently in Walmart stores. Behind them is the backdrop that Walmart graciously let me take home. I got all of these guys on my birthday, and I am very excited to open them up. So let's get going. I will be doing these guys in number order, so that means I will be starting with Carstin Ace Dillon. So if we look at his package, it has a bunch of NASCAR logos. It has a picture of him on the back, as well as the new McQueen art for this year. All these have pretty much the same package, switching out the racer and sponsor each time. But let's get this guy open. Taking him out, we can see the packaging is different for these guys. They have a bit more protection than your normal diecast, having an extra layer there, as well as a slot for their pit sign. Speaking of which, we'll start with that. Here the sign is pretty simple. It has a Sidewall Shine logo number 3. It is hollow on the inside and is just a piece of plastic, but the sticker does look pretty good and matches pit road aesthetic pretty good. Now onto the main attraction, Carstin Ace Dillon. He has those next-gen NASCAR rims that the modern Cup cars do have. I believe his eyes are molded, but the window back here is separately fitted. His detailing is pretty nice, though the sponsors are a bit fuzzy, as in the yellow kind of makes it hard to see them. The number 3 looks very good, as do the Sidewall Shine logos, rookie stripes, and even these rear lights, which have some texture to them. The paint job on this guy is pretty simple, but looks pretty good with the gold, and I like the black fade as it goes up onto the roof there. Black splitter, the red rims look pretty good, as a lot of these guys should have. Actually, I think it's only him who has red rims, my bad on that. But yeah, he does actually have the window net and sort of texture right there that the NASCAR cars do have, as well as the fuel area right there. Overall, it looks pretty good. These guys are made in Vietnam, if you were curious, unlike Thailand, which makes just about everything else for the cars line. Overall, this guy's pretty solid start. I don't think he's going to be my favorite on the day, but he's pretty good. Next up, Ryan Inside Laney. Blinker is obviously the sponsor of my child, Speedy Comet, so I'm excited for this one. And Ryan Blaney was the Cup Series champion last year and is still in contention for it this year. So let's get this guy unboxed. Pit sign, pretty simple, blinker number 12. Now onto Ryan Laney. This one, I'm calling it early, this one might be my favorite. The metallic orange and blue looks awesome. His eyes are still molded, as I think all these guys are. The blue rims look really good, and I love the fade of like the burnt orange and blue together. They look super clean. He does not have rookie stripes, as this would have been later on in his career, unlike these other ones here. His expression is pretty simple, though he does look kind of snooty here. Number 12 looks a little weird. I don't know if that's his Penske team font. It just looks a little off compared to the normal one. The fonts are very different on these two. The general color scheme is very similar though. I wish the rims were a bit darker on this one to sort of match the dark blue here. Overall, he looks very clean. Yeah, this one's probably my favorite on the day. Now to another Cup Series champion, GoGo Logano. Back of the package, same as everyone else. Let's get this guy opened up. Nice fiber fuel pit sign there. Now here is GoGo Logano. He has these nice yellow rims, which actually look pretty good with this fiber fuel paint. I like the gold eye line there. So the stylized 22 and the red fiber fuel font look really good together. Spoiler decal is very clean. I really like that. He has the same mold as Carstin Dillon. Although looking at the mustaches on these two, they are different, as GoGo's is a bit smaller, although the eyes look the exact same, aside from a little bit different color. With Brush Kerber, another fiber fuel racer. The fiber does look pretty similar on him, although GoGo's is white or Brush's is normal color. Paint job, this one looks like a pretty reasonable extension of this fiber fuel, a bit more modern and shiny, sparkly. Yet GoGo is a solid diecast, although I would not say he is my favorite on the day. especially since I think he has paint on this tire. Oh well. Next, onto a guy that could potentially be my favorite, depending on how he looks out of the package. Bubba Wheelhouse. Here we have his Torqueberry Juice sign, and here he is, Bubba Wheelhouse. Honestly, looking at this guy, he looks really good. Let me check his rim color. It is actually different than GoGo's. That is a nice detail. I honestly think this would be my favorite diecast on the day. He looks very nice. I can see his decals really clean. All the separately fitted parts and molded things look really cool. This would be my favorite, except for the spoiler. Although it's not as flexy as the Jonas Carver spoiler, this spoiler mold I just think is so ugly compared to the Ryan Laney spoiler, the GoGo and Carstin spoilers. I just do not like this spoiler mold. It just doesn't look good to me. But if we take that away, he looks amazing. The Torqueberry Juice, the juice part gets cut off on both sides because of the wheels. And the only places you can see it clean are the hood logo and the spoiler, and on the back. I think the purple in the sky looks really nice. Another seemingly natural evolution from the Cars 1 Lee Revkins here. They did keep the same colors, which I am grateful for. One thing I forgot to mention is I believe these paint jobs were designed by Mattel and NASCAR and not the Pixar paint jobs from Cars. So they are going to look obviously different than the Pixar ones, but I do like the NASCAR next gen feel these have. I think they look really cool. And those yellow rims, they are sweet. Next, onto this year's Circuit of the Americas winner, which I was actually at that race. William Byron or William ByRev. Sponsored by Shifty Drug. And real quick, one thing I didn't mention before is these guys are $5.47 at Walmart. A little bit more than $1.50 more than your normal diecast at Walmart. But you are getting a bit more. Shifty Drug Pit Crew sign. I think this one is my favorite. The stylized looks really good. And the tiny drug, because we can't see that anymore. Now onto William. Okay, seeing him out of the package, I think he's my new favorite out of this lot. He has golden rims to match the gold and nice maroon red all around him. This guy just looks so clean. I love the red metallic and the gold. Here with Blaney, these two just have very pleasing color schemes to me. Though I think I do prefer William a bit more. He just looks a bit more royal. Now here with Kevin Racing Tire from Cars 1. The paint job definitely darkened, and I'm okay with this. It looks a lot better now. They took the colors, made them a bit more extreme and metallic, and I'm alright with that. It looks really good. And this guy is probably my favorite one from today so far. Now on to the last one from today. Lightning McQueen himself, because of course you gotta have McQueen in NASCAR. Here is the pit crew sign, Rusty's with the Willys Butte number 95. This one just looks, it looks different than the rest of these, because you can clearly tell like the font's different, but still looks pretty good, and this will have a place on the layout. Now here's the guy himself, McQueen. I think he's the only one I noticed to have the separate color around the lug nuts. If I can grab William, I think the rest of these all just have the same color on the whole rim, while McQueen has a different color around the lug nuts. Looking at the paint job, I think silver was definitely the wrong choice for his wheel rims, as I think red or yellow, which are colors on these guys, would have looked a lot better. Or even black if you wanted to go that route. But McQueen looks pretty good. The Rusty's logo looks very nice, though I'm not sure why they included Willys Butte on here, because that's not really Rusty's. But if you're doing a crossover, it looks pretty nice. The logos are the exact same as the one on here, so if you're wondering what they are the Cozy Cone Motel, Flo's Cafe, Luigi's Casa Dea Tires, Rusty's, Fillmore's, and Radiator Springs Curio Shop. It is cool to see these guys right next to each other, though I think the silver looks a bit better in the concept art than in reality. On the back, he has some nice red squares, I guess, that extend all the way around, as well as the stripe from the Willys Butte. which almost make them look like wings. Now that I think about it, that's pretty smart. Rusty's on the black spoiler there. The expression looks a little goofy. Here with the On the Road McQueen, I think these two have similar body toolings, just the Cars 3 one. Although the expressions are different, in which I do prefer the NASCAR one here. He does not have the tow hook, unlike the every other McQueen that's been released recently, which is interesting. Although I believe the rest of the bottoms are pretty identical in molding, which makes me wonder if they just recycled the one from 2021 and 2022. Interesting. And that is all 6 of the NASCAR diecasts that are currently in store. I hope and believe we will get more later this year or next year. Hopefully Rowdy Rev Bush makes a comeback, as well as some new ones. I saw Dale Jr. got his number 8 trademark back. Maybe we'll get that. But yeah, that's really all I have for today. And as a quick bonus, if you want to scan this QR code right here, that can give you an entry to a NASCAR VIP experience. But with that, that's all I have for today. And I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.